Welcome back. As promised, we'll move to the first management of the show. Remember, World Nutrition had filed a litigation against Advanced Enzymes US arm, Advanced Supplementary Tech Corp, on February 28th. The net judgment of 15.2 crores was issued against the company's arm. We are joined by Mukund Kabra, the whole-time director at Advanced Enzyme, to discuss the impact of this particular litigation on the business as well as the business outlook going forward. Good afternoon, Mr. Kabra. Thank you so much for joining us. First up, give us details of this particular litigation. We also understand that there will be an impact on the P&L on Q4 as well as FY25. Can you quantify that for us?
Good afternoon, Vivek. Yes, there will be an impact on the P&L on the Q4 with the same amount, but I think this is a one-time of impact, and I don't see the impact will be there for the next year. This is one of the thing, and we are going through the legal things at present. What else we can do to protect? But yes, at this point of time, we will take the hit on our P&L on the Q4.
Q4 will see an impact of 15 crore rupees. Have you already appealed against this? Is there any other litigation which would be, which you do foresee related to this one?
We don't foresee any other litigation. This was the only litigation which was going on from last 2 years. We haven't yet filed. There are 30 days window period, and the legal team is going through it, what is to be done, and they will decide in the due course for our actions further.
Okay. Give us now a sense of how demand trends are across businesses, across the various segments of the businesses that you are present in. India, in Q3 was up almost 29%. Exports too was up. But give us a sense of how Q4 has panned out. Where will you end FY24 at? And what is the guidance that you're looking at in terms of FY25?
So, as we said last time, for the financial year 24, we said that mid-digit of growth, mid-second digit of growth. And I think we will be achieving that. For the next years, we are still in the budgeting process. And probably by this month end, we should have some concrete numbers. And we'll give the guidance in the next our investor call. But at present, I can't comment on the exact growth trajectory for the next year.
Okay, so that is something we'll speak to you after Q4 numbers. But Mr. Kabra, if you can give us a sense of how export markets are doing. Are there any impact of the Red Sea issues, the freight rates they've been going out? How much is export as a percentage of your revenues? Are you seeing an impact there?
There is a slight impact which is there, but I don't think it's a major one. Slight impact is always there with all of these kind of global issues, with some of the freights are little bit going up, and in some cases it's delaying the shipments. But besides that, I don't see there is a major impact on that.
But how much is export as a percentage of revenues? Are you seeing, because of the delay, some of the revenues that will be pushed to FY25?
That is very much possibility for this quarter particularly. But because you always take the shipments which are delivered, right? And in most of the cases, that is how you finally calculate the revenues. So there might be a slight impact, but that will be covered into the next quarter. So overall, I don't see there is a bigger impact on this, but yeah, it's a temporary setback.
Okay. We want to now talk about the two segments of the business. The first one, the human nutrition part, and the second one is the animal nutrition part or the aspect. So in Q3, human nutrition contribution was quite strong and continues to remain the biggest portion of the revenue driver. So what is the outlook on that particular business? And Q3 was subdued in terms of the animal nutrition business. So what is the outlook there, and what was the reason for the softness in Q3?
So human nutrition, as we were talking earlier too, the US business on the human nutrition is taking a little bit shape, and it is on a good trajectory going forward. Also, it should contribute. Of course, the major results will come after after 1 or 2 more quarters in Q25. But it's on the positive trend, and we hope that that trend will continue. Now, as far as the animal feed segment is concerned, yes, there is a little bit of flatness. I wouldn't say that it's going down or there, but that is again a seasonal variation. And Indian market is a little bit flat. but we are growing into the export market and particularly Asian markets. US market is still flat on the animal feed areas.
Okay, all right. So that's about different segments. What about subsidiaries? Some of them did see an improvement in the quarter gone by or in 9 months. I specifically wanted to talk about SCI Tech because that's an EBITDA positive this time versus a loss if we compare it on 9 months basis. Overall, are the subsidiaries seeing growth, and which one of this will see the highest amount of growth going forward?
So as I already said, like going forward, we are still working on all the projections and all the numbers, and we are still in a process of finalizing the numbers, and we are still on the drawing boards. I won't be able to comment on the particular areas on the SciTech or this. What I can say is it will be positive going forward, and it is under a good growth trajectory. But exact numbers I won't be able to give at this point of time.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Kabra. No, we've run out of time for this particular interview, but we'll hold on to your numbers that you've given, and we hope that you give us fresh numbers for FY25 in the coming days. But let's now slip into a short break. Up next, we will be joined by the management of Pitti Engineering to discuss the company's business outlook going ahead.